Babies can remember a book you read to them in utero. There are things you may not know your baby can do. 1. They can tell the difference between right and wrong. Paul Bloom conducted a study with 6-month-old babies. The babies watched a puppet pushing a ball up a hill. A second puppet then either helped or hindered the effort. Later, babies played more with the helper puppet. Some even pushed away the puppet, which hindered the efforts. The study was done with infants as young as 3 months. They couldn't physically play with a puppet, but they spent more time looking at the helping puppet. 2. They can understand math. Babies have a basic sense of subtraction. A study was performed at Ben Gurion University of the Negev. They had 6 to 9-month-olds watch a puppet show. The show had 2 characters. Researchers then removed one puppet and closed the curtain. When it reopened, the only puppet remained. Then they repeated the experiment and changed the ending. 2 puppets appeared when the curtain reopened. The babies seemed confused to see the second puppet. They understood that 2 minus 1 doesn't equal 2. 3. They can distinguish between different languages. Babies begin to learn their native language in the womb. They can identify their mother tongue at birth. A study of 40 newborns was undertaken in Sweden. The babies listened to sounds while sucking on a dummy. They heard both foreign languages and their mother tongue. The babies sucked more actively for their native language. 4. They can sense rhythm. Babies are born with an innate sense of rhythm. This was demonstrated by a 2009 study. Researchers played a drum rhythm to sleeping newborns. The sequence occasionally skipped a beat. Electrodes connected to the babies showed a brain response. It indicated their expectations had been contradicted. 5. They can judge characters. Babies learn by copying adults, but they are selective over who they mimic. Researchers took babies between 13 and 16 months old. They put kids in 2 groups and sat them with an adult. The adult looked inside a box with excitement. They then handed the box to the baby. One group discovered that the box was empty. The second group had a box with a toy. Then, babies watched the same adult do something irrational. Only 34% of the group with the unreliable adult copied them. 61% of the group with the reliable adult copied. 6. They can remember a book read to them in utero. The study was undertaken with a group of pregnant women. They were given one of 3 stories. They read it out loud twice a day for 6 weeks. After birth, the babies listened to the stories. They sucked on a dummy while listening. They sucked more frequently when they recognized the story. Those that hadn't heard the story before didn't react. 7. They can survive underwater. Newborn babies have the diving reflex. They can naturally hold their breath underwater. At the same time, their heart rates slow down. It helps them to conserve oxygen. Their blood circulates primarily between the heart and brain. They can survive underwater much longer than adults. Babies lose this reflex at 6 months old.